Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness rage across New York. And today we actually are not in New York. We're still not in New York. We are still in Kenya with a nice view on the ever white Kilimanjaro mountain. We find ourselves at a small camp that's been set up by a pack that is known as the Warriors of the Wild. And inside this camp, we will find Jacob together with the Silverfangs, Ilya and James. The trio have set out from the United States all the way to uh, Kenya to, well, basically to assist Jacob on his Athro challenge. Challenge itself is to get an object that belongs to the Morningkill family of House Wemfo for uh, that has been like missing for a few generations now, and it is rumored to be inside of the mountain Kilimanjaro, where it is being held by a couple of Simba. There's been an ongoing conflict between a couple of Garu packs and the Simba, which continued not too long ago in a massive loss for the Garu side of things, where several packs got wiped off the map, and one pack remained with some people who were added to it later. This pack also had made a small victory of their own, capturing a very young Simba known as Itoro. And it is here that Jacob is trying for days on end to persuade Itoro to trust him. The other Guru have not been very kind with her, and he is working his damn hardest to restore the broken bond between the Garu and the Simba here. It's maybe the best way of putting it. Himself, James, and Ilya have been with Itoro in the tent inside his campment for several days. Sometimes just sitting there, sometimes talking, arguing, flattering, treating whatever wounds she has, even though they are fastly disappearing. Um, Slowly but surely, though, they start to gain Itoro's trust, to the point where they can even, like, open the cage without her trying to jump them. That went bad the first time, though. James got a rather nasty scar from that, but a few days later, they actually, you know, managed to sit without a cage in between them and talk. And it is there that we are going to begin the scene with Jacob being in the tent, probably accompanied by either James or Ilya, whoever he prefers. He did notice that over the time, Ilya and Itoro started to sort of form a maybe bond is not the right word, but out of all of them, she seemed to have a better connection. Maybe because she's a female, maybe because she was just nicer. Who knows? So yeah, Jacob.
Um, yeah, it is Jacob's turn in the helping you recover from torture support group. Um, and he will be entering the what's that? What's time?
Hmm. Yeah. Um, Itoro is sitting inside the tent. Actually, with well, like I said, either James or Ilya, doesn't really matter. One of your companions. Uh, she's in her human shape.
Oop, I need to make that roll again.
Hmm.
Or I botch it.
You are quite special.
How does that even work? um, what happens if you botch speech of the world?
That is a very good question. Does it say so in the gifts?
It doesn't.
Oh, great.
It doesn't tell you what happens if you botch. It just tells you need to. I was really hoping I just fail so I could just keep trying, but no. Apparently, I got a botch.
Apparently, you got a watch. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna say you can't use it for the rest of the day.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh God, this is already off to a horrible start.
This is not a good beginning. No, I agree. I mean, you can't just choose to wait another day for you to actually ask something of her
Yeah,
or
I don't really know
try and
what to
ask.
do because I don't. Can she speak in mother tongue?
I would not know, to be honest.
Because I don't know if that's something all Farah can do or if it's something that only Garu can do.
I'm not sure, but I can. I like. I don't know.
I don't because I think otherwise I just have to. I can only. I just have to wait another day, right? Because there's literally nothing I can
Shall
do.
we just keep it simple as saying we wait another day, we skip forward as Jacob is trying to say something, and everybody's kind of looking at him like, wait, what? And James, who's actually sitting next to it, Toro, because now I'll just make up my mind and it's James there. You just sort of look at Jacob and says, yeah, English. You shouldn't. Mm-mm,
It's not working, is it?
mm-mm.
All right. Well, back to the drawing board if we had one yet. Okay. Next day, Jacob gets 3 successes. Woo!
Oh God.
Okay, that was okay. Well, we took a day out. We took a day off. It was bank holiday. It was a bank holiday. Okay.
Yeah, because you literally couldn't understand anyone in this fucking except Ilya and James and Tiona. Tiona actually speaks English, not the best, but a little. But yeah, next day, and you activate your speech of the world, and yay, it's working.
Yay! uh,
Wow, this is gonna go great.
so Jacob's just gonna walk back and he's just gonna say sorry about yesterday. Yeah, I suppose.
You
Suppose.
were acting strange.
Yeah. I have.
I did like your funny noises though; they made me laugh. I
Oh,
had a
well,
big laugh with James about it.
I am 100% certain you did. Yeah, I have. I use a Homid power allows me to understand other languages, and just decided to take that moment to not work. So yeah,
I see.
kind of yeah. And I'd rather speak to you in person rather than having someone translate for us.
I would think that you would be weak if you could not talk for yourself.
That too. There's a lot of languages out there. It's not always that easy.
You come here for a reason and then don't even speak our language.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Why are you here? James said that you are from over the seas. I've He's describing a bigger sea than I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's what we call an ocean.
So why did you come here?
I I came here because I was given a challenge. Um, by the one that rules over all my kind.
I see.
It's called our king.
I know what a king is.
Mm. Do you have one?
There is a king, yes.
Oh, that's good to know. Um, but well, the challenge was to find a way to retrieve the harp.
Hmm. Then you are in the wrong place.
What you mean?
You are here with your friends, but we don't like your friends. Better had you not come here.
Yes, but if your king told you to retrieve something, I'm sure you would, right?
I have never spoken to our king. Besides, he would never ask me to do something like that. He would go himself.
Well, unfortunately for my king, across the seas, uh, the war's just as bad over there as it is over here. So unfortunately, he's busy.
Hmm.
So he delegated.
And now you are here to steal our harp.
I said retrieve because I'd rather not steal. And this harp once belonged to my tribe. It was stolen from us. We're still figuring out how it got here. We still don't know. I actually want to find out why, because I think there's a reason for it. And I think the more I understand about this, all of this, you, Simba, this place, the better things might be able to be.
Well, I would not know how it came here. My question would know.
Would you be able to take me to your crusher? Us.
And why would I do that? You go to the mountain and either you will be killed or you kill all of my people. In the first time thing, I would not be unhappy. In the second, I would. But once you know the way, many might find a way, and I would have forsaken my duty. Do you take enemies to your holy places?
There was a place we once met, uh, both your people and mine, at the foot of the mountain.
Yes. I have heard of this, and there we were betrayed.
But it's not where your holy place is, right? It's
No.
it doesn't put your holy place at risk.
No.
I'd rather. This is the problem I'm in. I want peace between our peoples. That's what I want.
Of
I
course you
don't
do.
I don't like war, particularly when it feels so empty. There is no winner in this war. Not really. Just leaves everybody weaker.
I heard all God who like to fight.
Mm, to be fair, most Pharaoh do. I think to an extent we all possess a bit of guy's rage.
You claim that you are the strongest warriors. You are not.
I believe that was our appointed role. We were meant to be Gaia's claws and fangs. I was never informed on what the Simba were meant to be. I know the Korax were meant to be the messengers.
I've never heard of this. But I'm not surprised that the Garu would think that they are the most important warriors. You are silly and arrogant. And not as strong as you think you are.
I agree.
She looks a little confused at that. Well, and I'm making a lot of noise. My apologies. But yeah, she looks a little confused. Like she did not expect you to actually agree. She's actually sort of taunting you a little bit, and then, you know, hearing like, "Oh, you agree? Wait, what?"
I think mankind has made many mistakes in the past, many of which have done more to hurt our cause than actually help. I mean, the very fact that we're waging war on your people isn't really helping anybody now, is it? It's just self-destructive. We're supposed to be fighting the worm, not each other. A few of us understand this, but too many of us don't want to. Because, as you say, because we're soldiers, we get too carried away with fighting. We don't place value on other things that are arguably just as important, if not more so. My people are actually split up into 5 different roles. Only one of them is the role of a warrior, even though we cannot fight. I'm actually how to put it. I enforce the law and mediate between people. That's my role.
And do you want to try and mediate this fight?
I would rather mediate than fight.
Hmm. James said yesterday that you are strange, and that he sometimes does not understand you. I think I understand why.
Why? What do you think?
You don't sound like any Garu. I have not met a lot of Garu, but all of them wanted to fight. When I got here, there was one other that was sort of nice. He brought me food, but the others that came here were simply angry all the time. So I was angry at them too.
She referenced to he when they said a nice one brought me food.
No, she said it's she.
Oh, she. Okay, that's good. That makes more sense.
And
Yeah,
what would you do for me if I bring you to this meeting point? Will you kill me there?
no, I can promise you that won't happen. The I don't wish for this meeting to turn to violence. I'm only going to fight if I'm attacked first. And even then I want to keep everyone from death as much as possible.
Make that social check.
Okay. What's the role?
Um, hmm, I'd say manipulation expression. You're trying to make her do something that she still
Oof.
kind of considers as dangerous.
He's not good at manipulation. Okay. I'm not going to trigger persuasion for this because this is kind of off the cuff. Okay, he gets 2 successes.
She slowly nods. I think my people would kill you if something bad were to happen, so I can take you there. But you will let me go.
Of course. To be honest, I kind of wanted to do that sooner rather than later anyway. So I'll just, if you don't mind, I'm going to tell everybody and we can go. Is that okay?
Yes.
Thanks.
And Ilya will probably stay behind with Itoro, I presume.
Yeah, and they can be friends.
Hmm.
And Jacob will walk off. And he's gonna head up to everybody.
Okay. By the way, during the last few days that you were in the camp, you have seen Ulysses around, but he was more often gone than he was actually there.
Hmm.
But yeah, like there's people around, like the not everybody's around the place, like the fireplace. The fire is out because it's the day. Stephen is of course there. Tiona is there. Um, James is there, and Nokiko is not there, and Ulysses is not there.
So Weaves and Stingray's there, but everybody else isn't. All right.
Tiona, like the Theurge, and Stephen are there. Yeah. So there's basically three others.
Jacob's gonna walk up to Stingray, Stephen, whatever he prefers to be called, really. I assume Stingray.
He was. He doesn't really seem to mind either way.
Hey, Stingray. I've managed to convince Itoro to take us to the foot of the mountain to parlay over Simba.
He raises both his eyebrows. You can see that he kind of wasn't expecting it anymore, even though, he begrudgingly allowed you to let Itoro out of the cage during the day. Um, he didn't allow her to leave the tent though. It was just a cage.
Yeah.
But he'll nod. It's like, well, we have some provisions gathered. Ulysses and what was her name again? I just said it. God damn it. I'm gonna print this file at some point because computer is so slow. Nukiko. So Ulysses and Nukiko are still out gathering. Been at it for quite some time, but well.
Okay. Yeah, we'll how about we wait for them to come back then and uh, we can all go together.
He nods. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Me and Gianna will start packing up. You wouldn't mind helping out, right?
Of course not.
Great. And he'll start like basically giving people tasks to fill up the car with like provisions and whatnot. A lot of fresh water because you never know. Blankets just in case. He's actually taking with him a lot. Like the campment, besides the tent, almost seems to be emptied out, and everything is put on the car. There's actually only one seat left, which is the driver's seat. So there's not really room for anyone else in the car. But well, there's a lot of stuff that they brought along, including, of course, weapons. Um, it takes like 2 hours or something Um,
Okay.
and when they're basically done, um, Stephen sort of frowns as he looks into the direction of the mountain. Well, we're good to go.
Cool. Um, I'll just get. I'll just head over to Itora then, and yeah, we can head over with her. She's probably going to complain about the car. I'm, it's, I, I'm just saying I'm going to call for her now, so I can feel
Well,
vindicated when she does.
we need to have our provisions with us. We're not quite sure how long this is going to take, and I will not have someone rob our camp dry.
Oh no, no, no! I get it. I think she's probably just going to want to travel on foot or something. Because
I mean, I wasn't planning on putting her on the car because clearly there's only one seat. Tiana will be driving. The rest of us will go on foot.
okay, all right. Well, I'll just go get it in, and yeah, we'll round everybody else up.
Yep.
And yeah, no, Jacob will head to over to James. Ilya's already in with Toro, and yeah, Jacob will just head in and tell Toro. A couple of us are out gathering provisions. They're going to be back soon, so we'll be ready to go in a little bit.
And Ilya and Itoro will, both stand up and they'll go outside. Itoro will blink because she's not used to the daylight anymore because the tent is always sort of like, half dark because of the heavy
Yeah, the kind of thick cloth.
cloth. Yeah, that was the word. Wow. I can still English. It might just take a while. I'm so glad that I have you to fill me in. When I don't. So yeah. Tiana is already sitting behind the wheel of the car. Stephen is standing sort of in front of it. Um, James is still leaning against the back of the car. Seems to be waiting, and the three of you will join. So there's now 6 of you, and Itoro will look into the direction of the mountain. And Stephen is like, okay, we're good to go.
Everybody good to go?
Yes.
Cool. Well, we're burning daylight then. So everybody is here, like Ulysses.
Nope.
No.
No. Ulysses and Nokiko are still not there.
Oh, okay. Jacob just goes, where's Nukiko and Ulysses?
Stephen shrugs and says, apparently they were following some game in the direction of the mountain. So Ulysses said that they are probably gonna join us up halfway.
I'm not sure if the guy that Ulysses is a loose fucking cannon.
Hmm?
Okay, get 3 successes. Is he telling the truth?
He is telling the truth.
Okay. Okay. Jacob will spend a gnosis and activate Falcon's Eye.
Never heard.
Yeah. He does not feel comfortable right now. Um, I'm also going to have him briefly shift and trigger Luna's armor with his highest dice pool because I mean he wants to negotiate, but he's not dumb. He's not going to walk into a negotiation without some form of protection. So he'll do that.
As I sort of see that, James and Ilya will also trigger their Luna's armor. As soon as I remember the roll for it, which I'm sure you're looking up right now, so
Stamina
I can
plus
just like
survival.
cool. Be a very lazy SC and wait for my player to tell me what I need to roll.
Ah, Izuki. I don't have the best. I don't have over 10 dice for this anymore. I'm sad. I don't have 12 dice. Boo. Um, but it doesn't matter. I get 7 armor.
Nice, nice, nice.
So I'm fine apparently.
You are definitely fine. I'm calling for James, who will also shift into Krinos to get the most out of it. And then I will roll for Ilya. But goddammit, computer, work with me, huh? Oh, James only gets 2. And let me see about Ilya. She has less. And she also gets 2.
Wow, Ilya's on a roll. Damn. She gets a lot of armor.
Yeah. It's still only 2 though, compared to your 7. Like, Jesus.
Well, James got 2, Ilya got 5.
No, 2. It's difficulty 8, right?
6.
6. It's difficulty 6. Oh.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, then she gets 5. Okay. Cool. I need to write this down somewhere because I'm gonna be screwing myself over if I don't. Going down my list. James. They'll just be keeping this for the rest of the thing. Because I'm not gonna let my NPCs roll everything 100 times over. And let me see about who else has Luna's armor within this little group, because it's not a bad idea. No. No. Yes, and oh, he does not. Okay. Interesting. So Tiana will do the same, and has the same dice pool as Ilya. Right. It does sound really useful, does it not? God damn it. Oh, wow. Well, there were all the ones that I kept missing on my other rolls.
Well, Tiana's like, nope, no Luna's armor for me. Sad
Not
face.
today. I mean, it's a fail. It's not a budge, but you know what? Fuck it. She will not have Luna's armor today. And yeah, the 6 of you set off in the direction of the mountain. Itoro will walk in front, probably with Ilya like next to her, unless you tell her to stay behind. Stephen will be right after them. He's kind of staring at Itoro's back from time to time, and all the way in the back is Tiana in the car. She's keeping a little bit of a distance, probably on purpose, because she obviously takes your words about the car to heart and is like, yeah, staying behind. So she's just within like eyesight. Not for you because you have Eye of the Falcon active. You can see her clearly. But for anyone with like a normal eyesight, she's just within reach.
Hmm.
You can sort of hear the car's engine humming in the background. With a little bit of imagination, you might think it's crickets, but that does require a little bit of imagination. And yeah, you start walking, 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 and walking. And you walk for a couple of hours. Um, and yeah, the sun begins to set. Um, and Stephen will just say that you're gonna wait for the night now. Um, and he will tie up Itoro.
Oh.
She's looking at Jacob like, really, bro? Really?
Yeah, Jake will be like, that's not going to be necessary.
Stephen will be like, oh, yes, it is.
Steven's like, no. This is my goddamn line in the sand, man.
Yep.
Jacob's like, fine. Jacob sighs and will hand him this victory, but he'll be near Itoro anyway, so just kind of like tell her not to worry about it. It's no problem.
She'll just kind of stare at you a little angrily, but she'll shrug and says, I would have run off.
Yeah,
She's just gonna simply admit that.
yeah, I figured. Well, he didn't because he actually said it wasn't necessary. But he's like, "Oh, you break my trust, sad face." Jacob looks sad that you do that. Jacob will
And
roll
the
to
next
look.
day. Oh, what are you gonna roll?
I'm going to roll to look sad.
Okay, you can roll to look sad.
I'm going to roll charisma empathy to express just how sad I am. I express that I am reasonably sad enough. Reasonably sad. I get 3 successes. I am 60% of the sad.
You even managed to look teary eyed a little bit.
Hmm.
And fuck it. Because of the 3 successes, she even looks a little guilty. Just a little.
That's fine.
She then shrugs and says, it would make fun. It would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
During the night, nothing really unexpected happens. Stephen is gonna hand out uh, guard like watch rounds. He will like take the worst one, which is the second to last watch for himself. Um, he's offering Ilya the first, Tiana the second. No, Tiana the last one. Um, Probably James the second and Jacob the third, and then yeah, himself the fifth and Tiana the sixth.
Right.
And the next morning, and everybody wakes up, and they pack up everything from like the little camp that they made. No tents this time, so lots of mosquito bites. Which is really annoying. And they will, yeah, continue on. There's still no sign of Ulysses and Nikiko, though. And you can tell that Steven starts to get uneasy at this. Like he keeps glancing around.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob has Falcon's eye up. He's kind of he looks uneasy as well.
Mhm.
Um, no, he's going to tell Ilya and James to just keep an eye out for Nukiko and Ulysses. And then at some point he's going to head up to Stingray during the journey as they're kind of probably as they're walking either in Homid or in Lupus.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Ilya will also activate Eye of the Falcon.
but, Jacob's just going to walk up to Mr. Stingray, and he's simply going to say, "Are they close? You just look uneasy."
Um, he'll look around again, and Rogue says, "I presume we should be upon them soon."
Hmm.
They said they would walk in the direction, so maybe they're just walking a little bit faster than we are because there's just the two of them.
Maybe tell them to keep. Well, I suppose I already told them to keep an eye out for us, but still.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Just also, yeah. Tell them not to actually approach the base of the mountain before we get there. Otherwise, they may be misinterpreted as a threat.
I already told them to wait for us.
All right, that's good. Yeah. Hopefully, you run into them soon. I'm getting worried.
I'm sure we will run into them soon. Yeah. They continue walking, walking, walking. And at this point, the mountain starts to get closer and closer. Like now, you actually notice that, you start to get to the foot of it. You're probably there in a few hours. And you see that Itoro kind of, turns not necessarily away from the mountain, but so that they're like, walking alongside the foot, but still like, not actually at the foot.
Yeah.
Uh, and you walk for a while, and at some point, Itoro stops, and she'll raise her head. You actually see James kind of, his eyes are starting to grow wide, and he's rushing towards her, but before he can actually reach her, she will let out a howl, and it's ear deafening. It really, like your ears are ringing
Oof.
because of it. It doesn't even sound remotely human, and it's like a roar, a lion's roar that just sounds so much more powerful than you would expect, especially since Itoro is not a very big person. She's actually more small and nimble.
I
And Stephen kind of jumps on top of her and slams her mouth shut with like his hand covering her mouth. She does start fighting with him, not necessarily like fighting, but more like let go of me.
yeah. Jacob will break the two up.
Hmm. Stephen will look at you, will you know as 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 you're kind of pushing him away from Itoro, and Ilya and James are probably uh like just you know holding on to Itoro. Um,
Yeah,
he'll just look at you and it's like, she just warned every one of them that we're coming.
well, yeah. I mean, we want we want them to talk to us, right? Like, how else is she going to reach out to them? Just go up the mountain? Then she could just leave us behind entirely.
This is going nowhere. And as you're kind of arguing
Yeah, that will
from
happen.
the mountain,
Yep.
from the mountain, you'll hear a couple of roars back. There's two of them.
Jacob's going to ask you, Tora, what are they saying?
She's gonna look at him, almost like disrespectfully looking at him. She says, "They announced that they are here. I did the same."
Okay. Okay, good.
There's a third howl actually coming. And then Itaro just shrugs and will turn and head straight towards the foot of the mountain.
Okay.
Tiana is the only one who doesn't really seem fazed by all of this.
No, Jacob will know how calm she is. He'll actually ask her about it. He'll just go, you seem fairly calm.
She'll smile. It is not the first time we heard these roars. I'm not gonna pull up her picture. Sorry, you just have to pretend Stephen is her.
I love Stephen.
I did not expect any difficulties from coming from the Lions today.
Well, hopefully we don't get any.
She will smile but not comment on that.
See, she did say, I don't expect any difficulties, right?
She said, "I don't expect any difficulties from the Lions, or coming from the Lions today."
Okay. Jacob is gonna ask her though. Do you know where Ulysses and Yukiko are? They still haven't shown up, and we're right next to the base of the mountain.
She'll sigh. There are several options, but I would rather not set the future by telling you about them.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Anna. This is raising red flags for me.
Not just for you. She actually looks over at Stephen, who seems to be pacing and just be like, "Why aren't we moving?" Like even Itoro looks around, is like, "Come on."
All right.
All I can tell you is that the Packlink has been quiet for a very long time now.
That's not good.
Indeed. But we have no choice but to move on. Even Stephen seems to believe that. And he's very worried.
Okay. Okay. In which case, Jacob will thank her for that and say thanks. In which case, we should probably make the other Simba aware that there should be two more with us. And he's going to head off to Itoro, and we'll simply going to tell her, can you inform your Can you inform your friends that there should be 2 more showing up to the base of the mountain shortly, including the rest of us? As I'm sure you've
How would I do
noticed.
that?
Pardon?
How would I do that?
Oh, sorry, I guess I was making an assumption. I assumed you could communicate such things through your roars, and Ascara can do such for our howls.
Hmm.
If you can't, there's no problem.
Our roars are to intimidate our enemies or to show where we are,
Okay.
our friends.
Okay, good to know. Just keep an eye out for the 2 of them. I'm getting worried, and I don't want your people to misinterpret them as a threat if they show up.
She'll nod, and we'll continue going on. It takes about 2 hours more before, as you're going through like a more foresty area. It's not necessarily a forest, but it's part of the Serengeti that sort of has a lot more trees to it. And as you seem to reach the foot of the mountain, you find, or Itoro will show you, a very small path. Like the truck can fit, but it's a bit difficult terrain for it. Or the Jeep, I should say. It's not a truck. And she'll lead you down this pathway, and will actually point out that you'll be coming to a clearing soon, and the that's where the meeting point is.
Okay.
And they walk over. Um, I want you to make a roll. I want you to roll me uh, perception and either your primal urge or your awareness, whichever is higher.
Okay. Just going to check Jacob's stats for that. Here's the attentive specialty, and
Mhm.
he has 3 awareness and 3 primal urge, so they're both the same. And he rolls at a -1 diff because of
Right, Falcon.
the Falcon. Oh, only 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes will, that uneasy feeling that you have,
Mm-hmm.
that you've had for quite a while now. It just sort of seems to increase all of a sudden. And as it increases, there is a blur of movement as Stephen is running forwards. You hear Tiana in the back shouting, and you can presume that she's also doing that through the mind link. Stingray, no. And he's grabbing Itoro and puts a knife on her throat.
Oh, wow. Okay, Jacob's going to see if he can intercept that.
Okay. We can roll initiative to see if you can catch it, because you did get 2 successes.
Jacob is +8 to his initiative. Actually, what form is everybody in?
Everybody's still in Homid.
Okay, then I will assume Jacob's the sun helmet. Um. Nope.
I mean, I don't even need to roll to be higher than you are
Yeah, that's a sad roll.
because Steven is in a room.
Oh my god. Okay. Um.
I mean, I'll roll just because
just
I just
just
like.
assault that
I
woman,
mean, it
baby.
could be a lot, but
And wow. Okay. I don't think Jacob could actually beat that though. I don't think even if he rolled a 10, he couldn't beat that.
no, he could not.
No. So
It's
but
considered
that
rare.
is a really
Yeah.
fun set of initiative rolls. Everybody it's just Stingray, no, and it's just like Stingray, just like it just the camera pans over to Stingray, who's just moving it like a quarter of the video speed. uh, and it just stops the Jacob. It's just Jacob's like. But yeah, no, Jacob can't. Obviously, he can't intercept in time. But Jacob's gonna. Um, I I can't shout, but oh, he will shout.
I'm
Stingray,
not
what are you
shouting
doing?
either. And he's like turning his back towards the tree, kind of pressing Itoro against him, and he's not even paying attention to you. And he just looks angrily into the forest and says, "Show yourself, you big fat bastard!" And yeah, out of the out of a couple of bushes, I will put up pictures because pictures, yo. Ta 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 ta. Out of the bushes, steps forward a certain individual that you know well, not too well, but you've seen him stepping out of the shadows is Ulysses. Um, and he is also holding a person in front of him with a knife to her throat. That person you do know a little bit better.
There's Nikiko.
She's a very nice person. That is Nikiko.
Ulysses, what the hell are you doing? I'm also gonna trigger a
Uh,
sense of truth on him. Does he register as Garu or has he been a? He does register as Garu, right?
he definitely registers as Garu.
Yeah. Okay. For a second, I thought he was a Simba infiltrator. Jacob.
Well, no. I mean, would have been an insanely clever twist, but no.
Well, Senator Trueform kind of ruins that. But then again, Philodox are the fun police, so.
Mhm.
Ulysses, what the hell are you doing?
Ulysses would just look at Stephen and it's like, "You heard my deal. It's very simple. All you have to do is kill her. I want my fight. I will have my fight. I will revenge my pack. Do it, or your niece dies."
Jacob's,
And you know,
Jacob's gonna gesture with James and Ilya to go up behind Ulysses, not approach him. Be keep in mind because that may spook him, and we can't really afford that right now.
Yeah.
They will surround.
Yeah, they will nod and step a little bit away. Ulysses does see that because they're not doing it sneakily, so he'll just kind of raise his voice and says, "Anyone who comes within even 5 steps of me and she dies, I have no problem wasting her life. Filthy metis anyway."
And when you die, you'd accomplish nothing.
Oh no. If she dies, what do you think will happen to her daddy? Yeah, I know of your little secret, Stingray. Guess you stung one time too many, huh?
You kill her, he's just gonna kill you.
Not before he kills her, as he kind of gestures towards Itoro. And I've heard that roar. I know that they've been warned and probably watching right now.
Well, yeah, you were informed that my entire goal here today was to just negotiate with them, yes?
Of course.
Then it shouldn't come as a surprise to you that they would be informed that we are coming. We're not here to ambush
Absolutely.
them.
Exactly what I'm hoping for. I want my revenge.
I'm gonna trigger Sense Silver. How wounded is Nikiko?
She's a little bruised,
Okay.
but she doesn't seem to have any wounds.
Okay, I'm going to activate Sense Silver.
Okay.
Can't remember what that. So I want to know if that knife is silver or not.
In the meanwhile, you can feel someone kind of, pulling onto your mind. Kind of knocking almost politely is maybe the best word to say it, because James is activating basically the Galliard radio between yourself and Ilya.
Yep. I'll let him in.
Cool. And he'll come through with his thoughts. Okay, we're behind him. Do you want us to charge in?
No, wait. If he can't see you, but if he hears you, he'll just kill her. I'm going to activate Sense Silver real quick. It is Session plus Paralyzed, difficulty 7. So same dice roll as before, just slightly higher diff. Oh, but Eye of the Falcon reduces it by the 1 diff. Nice. Hooray. Okay, I got 2 successes. Not getting Larry lucky on these rolls.
You
Okay.
don't sense any silver nearby.
Okay, apart from mine.
Yeah.
Jacob Jacob looks at him. I'm impressed you think you could kill your target so swiftly.
She's an Hommet. She may still regenerate, but swift blow is a swift blow. Meanwhile, you see Stephen kind of pushing Itoro into the open space, almost as if he'd been told to do so. Tiana is now also sort of approaching. She's not quite sure what to do. She has her hands raised. Um, sorry, did I say Itoro? I meant Tiana.
Yeah. Jacob mental link between Ilya and James. Do either of you have guns?
Let me see. Did they bring guns? Did they bring guns? AKA, did I give them anything in? Oh. You'll hear James sort of confirming, for just an impression.
Okay, keep it pointed at him. Jacob, actually, also, he's going to ask James, no, we can't connect. No, we can't connect to the pack, because then it will connect, the pack link to us, and we can't have that happen. So Jacob's just going to, it's just going to say, Ulysses, are you seriously suggesting to me that you're going to kill your fellow pack mates just to kill a cub of a Simba?
You call it killing a packmate. I call it sacrificing trash. If that pussy dies, what do you think the rest of them will do?
Oh, I know what the rest of them are going to do. They're going to kill all of us.
You will fight them.
Really?
Oh yes.
Because I can tell you right now, Mealy and James wouldn't. Why would we? You're the one starting the fight, not us.
Because do you think that they will really care? They will just hunt you down and kill you.
If they see
That's
us
fine.
killing you,
He'll slowly starts following Stephen. Out into the open space. You can roll, because I presume that you're gonna follow them into like the open space.
yep.
Okay. You can roll me your perception alertness there.
Does my tensor faculty apply?
Um. Hmm. Where is your attention focused to at the moment?
It's focused on the group.
Okay, then no.
Okay. 4 successes.
Very nice. What you will see, like near the mountain, hidden, or sort of hidden, you will see. Yeah, her. Yes, of course. And yeah, and you will see him.
Okay. Jacob will not note them at all. Perhaps his eyes will glint on over to them very briefly, but that's the most of an impression he gets.
They seem to be waiting.
Hmm.
They both carry spears. And actually, you know what? If as you start, if you glance over them again, um, pull up quickly another picture. You will see something like this.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, there seems to be a very silent conversation going on between Ulysses and Stephen. Uh, Stephen actually has tears in his eyes. Tiana will walk up to you and says, Ulysses is telling Stingray to, well, you know. He's trying to plead.
Jesus. Ulysses, all you're doing is getting more people killed.
I don't care about these people. But he'll look over to Stephen. It's like, do it now.
Okay. Who do you care about?
Revenge. All I care about is lost already.
Who are your pack? You never actually talked to me, Cam.
You're just trying to distract me.
No, I'm trying to talk to you.
The time of words is long. Silverfangs always seem to know what's best for everyone. You
Well,
blubbering baboon. I will count to 10 and then you'll do it. Then, yeah, he starts counting. He'll count out loud.
don't make me
1,
do this. He pulls out his Glock.
2,
Don't.
3, 4, 5.
Okay. Over the mental link, I tell James to shoot him in the head,
Okay,
and I'm gonna shoot him in the head too.
okay. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Fucking hell, almost closed my notes. I can't do this without my notes because it has all my stats. So, um,
been a long. I've never actually gotten any dots in firearms. It's always been at 3 dots. Because this is the first time I think. This is like the 3rd time I've ever used firearms in this game. This is what
Nice.
not being a glasswalker does to you. Can I say I've taken an aim action? He's counting.
Because basically this is when you give the command.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say you can wait till basically he reaches 9. Like basically you can aim for a round if you wish, because a round is 3 seconds.
Okay.
So basically you say shoot him at 6.
Shoot
So
him
you
at
can
6.
wait until 9. So that's when you
I
say
said,
it.
I said I wanted to shoot him at 5.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
it's 8. Yeah, so you can have 1 round to aim at him if you wish.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna look up what aiming does.
Lowers your diff by the amount of turns that you can wait.
Okay, so it lowers the diff by 1.
As far as I know, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
not entirely sure, to be honest. Like it also can give you bonus dice on, I don't know.
Let me double check for you.
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Dramatic systems. I do hope it's the minus diff because that's pretty much always better than rolling extra dice.
I thought it was minus diff, but
let's see.
your computer is just faster than mine, so.
Yes.
At the same time, though, in that round, because he's counting down and is preparing for combat, Ulysses is going to shift up into Krynos.
What? No, if he tries to, I'm not going to let him shift up into Kranos. I'm going to shoot him while he's in
I mean, you're gonna aim at him in his sights.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Then,
what do you expect? That he's just gonna wait in Hobbit to do this?
oh shit. Then, oh, then you know what? No, I'm not going to aim at him with a gun. I'll just throw my clave at him.
Oh boy. Okay. Sure. Um, throw your clave at him is fine.
I'll partial shift to get the extra strength from my arm to do that as well.
Okay. So then
yeah.
I need to. Okay, I'm gonna give you the one chance if you want to like re-roll your initiative, because it does gonna depend on your initiative together with Ulysses as well. So he will also roll his initiative. Oh,
Okay.
did I give him Pulse of the Prey as well? Oh boy.
If you gave him that, I'm fucked. Because then there's no way I can shoot him in time without it being.
No. Spirit of the Fray is the one where you get the +10. So don't worry.
Actually get 18.
It's not that bad.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
18. That is very good. You probably might be going first. Because the moment you start to shift, of course, he will shift up as well.
Yeah.
I'm actually stupid for saying that he's still in Home. It's like,
okay.
But hey, that's my bad, and I will not go back on what I said.
Yeah, because if he was in Homid, yeah, I'll just not shoot him because that won't work. I need to do let unsoakables.
Yeah.
She's in Homid, she
Yeah,
should
there's
be
a reason my
regenerating all
computer
her
is
wounds as
freezing up.
well. Yukiko should be able to hit back. So if Nikika can break the grapple, then she may be fine. Okay. Also, one quick second, I just need to double check. I had a falcon. I 100% think I'm wrong, and that it has no effect on this roll. Ooh, okay. Oh. Oh, where'd everybody go? Ah! Ah! Uh-oh. 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 Hello.
Yay.
Hello.
Yay! Okay, sorry. I did spend the time usefully to roll initiative.
Okay.
Um,
God, please don't kill her, Stephen. We're not at 10 yet.
Steven is at 30 because wow, I rolled a 10. Um, then you come in. You had 16, right, or 18? What was it?
18.
18. Then there is Ulysses, who is at 12. Uh, James, who is at a great amount of 9. So that's going to be the first round, basically, because, the rest won't be able to react immediately yet.
So, quick question.
Mhm.
Because I act before Ulysses,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
trying to get an idea of what's feasible. Um, am I capable of taking a movement action towards him and attacking him in melee before he makes an attempt on Nukiko? Or do I have to take a ranged attack?
I mean, I would say a ranged attack because
Okay.
he did say if you're like within 5 steps of me, I will attempt to kill her.
So he gets that advantage. Okay, yep. I was just
Mhm.
double checking because melee is more optimal for Jacob. So if he could reasonably
Yeah,
assume he could do that, then he'd do that.
yeah.
But if not,
You
then
don't have. I mean, okay, no. If you really want to, you can. I will allow you to spend a rage to use sort of immediately.
to
So
effectively
basically,
multiply.
spend the rage. Yeah. Stephen is gonna wait because he doesn't know what you're gonna do yet. So his action will be like in the last. Basically, he will hold his action. Um. So yeah, it's
Okay.
your turn. You can start this.
Okay. And James and Ilya are
Ilya is not yet in this because you ordered James to shoot, not Ilya.
okay.
She does not have a gun. She can use it a little bit, but she doesn't own one. James
Okay.
does.
Okay. Yep. In which case, Jacob then will spend the rage. He'll spend 2 rage. Do we get rage for entering combat? Can't remember. I don't think we do.
I can't remember changing rules, but I don't know if it was. No, I think you don't spend it when you enter combat, but you do get it. Sorry, you don't get it when you enter combat, but you do get it when you get damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jacob will spend 2 rage. 1 is to just move in. He wants to immediately. He basically wants to slice off one of Ulysses' arms.
Okay.
He basically wants to make it so that he can't keep hold of Nukiko.
Mm-hmm. I will give you since it's an arm, not a hand, I'll give you a +1 on your difficulty. But also, since he's holding Nukiko as a shield, he is basically covered. So you'll be at a +3 difficulty for that. Because yeah, there's a reason why you hold someone in front of you.
Okay. Yeah, because he basically wants to make it so that he drops her, and then when that happens, she'll be forced to attack Jacob and not her. Okay. He does nothing. That's difficulty 8.
Because you attack, your normal attack is 5, diff?
Yeah, because claves.
Check.
Because claves are really good in this with this house rule set.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, they were really bad without the rule set. They were genuinely awful.
They are.
But yeah, check. Oh no, I get 10 dice to this. I would use Thunderclap, but there's no guarantee I'd be able to knock him over.
He will try and dodge out of the way, which will also be at a difficulty. Of course he will.
Ah, fuck.
But he'll be at a higher diff for that as well. Oh, you only have 1 success. Okay.
I have 2 successes because of my clave. Well, yeah, it's diff 8. So that's why if he's dodging, he gets an inherent advantage.
I mean, I'm not gonna make it that easy for you, boy.
Well, I mean, I can't negotiate his way out of it. He was never open to negotiation.
No, this guy is definitely not open to negotiations. So he will text athletics. Does he have anything for that? Not really. What is speed of style?
Watch him get 5 successes. Cool.
I mean, he'll also be at a +2 because he can't dodge out of the way because he's holding someone. So it's going to be more difficult for him to dodge. I'm giving him a +2 difficulty because you had a +2 on top of your. He has 2 successes.
Yep, called it. So he dodges.
He dodges. He does. So, with that, it is his turn. You know what? I'm gonna add 1 more person to the initiative. She might also want to take an action. I don't think he'll be before anyone else, but you know, might be before James. No, she's not before James. Go. So, Ulysses will spend a rage to shift into Greenos. And he will hold his knife and we'll try and put it straight through Nukiko's head.
Okay.
Since he is
Nukiko's a Medister, right? So she can soak this damage.
She can potentially soak the damage, yes.
Yay, please don't die horribly.
I Actually, he has claws at this point. He's just going to use his claws.
Oof.
Does he have? I think he has anything particularly useful for this. He wasn't really built to do this, but you know. So that is a dex up +1, and then the brawl. So that is oof. That is 1, 2, 3 successes. So that is going to be 2 carryover plus 2 for the claws is 4. Plus his strength of 6 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 egg to her head.
Well, she needs to soak.
Kiko soak. Four egg to her head.
Ooh.
We do use the rule here that when you get 4 egg on like
It's 5.
heads.
It's not 4, it's 5. It's always been 5. 110% it's always been 5.
Okay, I thought it was 4, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, 4. I don't think. Well, 4 would be way too low anyway. But yeah, it's always been 5 to my knowledge.
Okay.
Unless I'm wrong.
I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Like I'm not necessarily. But yeah, she takes 4 to that. She literally takes like there's a huge gap in her scalp. You can actually see her brains. This is not good.
Oof. Yeah. No, I'm gonna through the mental link. I'm gonna say Ilya, heal her now.
Okay. Let me see. Ilya will come in next turn now. James is up. Who is yeah, he's going to try and shoot for the head because that's what you told him to do. Which means that since he is aiming from the back, he'll have a +2 difficulty for getting the head, but he won't have the cover thing because Nikiko is standing in front of Ulysses, so that is not a bad shot.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's still only 2 successes because aiming for the head, but still. Unfortunately, James didn't have a very big gun. He still gets 3 that have to be soaked by Ulysses.
Does that take into account the extra damage from hitting him in the head?
Oh, right. Thank you. I did not.
Then he'll roll 3 ones.
Yeah, that might be okay. No.
It's an extra.
But still, you know.
It's the extra D10. He rolls extra 3 if I recall.
And he will soak or attempt to soak with his stamina. That is a +3 in Krynos. He takes 1 to the head.
Oof.
There's a little stream of blood on the back, so you probably don't see it. But you do see like kind of his head kind of getting thrown forward. And then there is Nukiko. Yeah.
She probably doesn't want to die. She probably doesn't want to die.
She probably doesn't want to die, so she will also spend a rage, shift into Krynos, and will try and break free from his grasp. So that
She doesn't have to
is
rage shift. She's a Metis.
She doesn't have the rage shift. Indeed, she can just sink into her breed form. Is 3 and sorry, 4 and 3.
I'm just liking the cute little the column of D20s and puppers on the LWoD dice roller right now. Wow, that's an incredible.
That is very like the Kiko is on fire.
She's like,
Jesus.
fuck this, I'm out.
Yep. And Ulysses is gonna be Dex and roll 2, so he will have the same amount of dice. Yep, she breaks away from him.
Indeed.
And then there is James. Sorry, Stephen, not James. And yeah, no, he sees that Nakiko has broken out. So he'll push Itoro to the side and will also shift into Krinos. Will spend for rage, and basically, yeah, he will like his action will be just that, because he will just stomp towards Ulysses.
Well, this gambit didn't pay off for him.
So it's your, because you have a rage action.
Yep. And he spent his last one dodging mine, so I'm just gonna hit him with a straight attack.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's diff 5.
Oh yeah.
That's 8 successes.
Roll your damage.
Okay, so my strength is, let's see, so strength is, let's see, it's 3 plus 4 plus 1 from line, so plus 5 is 8.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 2 is from the clave is 10. Plus 7 from the rollover is 17 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's F1 and LWoD. So hopefully I don't roll a bunch of ones. Okay, I do 6 silver egg to him.
Okay. That brings him on exactly 7.
I think he needs to make a rage check.
Yep. Mm. Nope. The rage heals 1.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is enough. I put someone to crippled.
It puts him onto crippled, and yeah, no, no. However much I want him to run away, I did say that Steven spends a lot of rage actions. He's rage 7, so he spent 4.
Oh yeah. even if Steven didn't, Jacob goes ahead of him in initiative, and he'd be able to easily kill him at that point anyway.
I mean, yeah. So I'm just gonna narrate this because there's really no point in dice rolling at this. Raging because of the clave that's kind of got put in between his ribs. It really hurt it. Stephen comes in, and within 2 seconds, there's no more Ulysses, but there is a pile of blood and gore on the floor. And Stephen's hands are sort of covered in it. as this guy was pretty pissed off.
Jacob, Jacob, knowing how angry Aruns can get, particularly when stuff like this happens, is going to leave Stingray be for a moment. He's going to see how Ilya is tending to
Yukiko?
Yukiko. Yeah, has she been able to heal him? If she isn't
Yeah,
able to heal him immediately, then just
she's
pop a gas breath on her.
yeah. Yukiko is she's pretty badly hurt. Ilya is rather quickly standing next to you, and she will just she'll actually just use a Gaia's breath. We'll spend the noses for it. And the wound will quickly start to close. Which is a weird sight. So basically what you see is there's like fresh, uh, very light colored skin on top of Nikiko. Um, there seems to be a dent in her head and she's missing a hair on that. Looks rather ugly at this point. Um, I'll have her make a willpower check for something else, though. Because she's Meredith. Stuff. 5. Difficulty is high. Oh, wow.
She makes it.
She
Yukiko's
makes
best.
it. So she is sort of shivering because of all of this. She'll turn into Hamid again. Um, but other than that, she seems to be okay. Tiana is actually also going to walk over and see if she can assist Ilya. But not really necessary. So the two Theurges are sort of fussing over Nukiko.
Jacob will immediately attempt to. Where's Itora gone? She ran off?
Yeah, she ran off.
Good. Okay, Jacob will try and console Nikiko then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stephen is standing to the side and is like trying to get himself fully under control.
Are you okay?
Uh, I am. Yeah, I'm not. I didn't expect this.
You
I
really do.
thought we were getting along. It's been really nice, and he just, yeah.
No, I should have kept a closer on him. He was giving off red flags from the start.
I, I don't know. He was just, when we were out hunting, and it was just really kind and understanding, and I can't believe I didn't see it. But I actually thought he was like, he was doing better, and then he was like, we should go uh, towards the mountain already, so that they won't, be stopped by us, and we can gather while we are doing that because we're faster than them, and it all sort of made sense because. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm fine though.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
We're being watched, by the way.
Do the urges look up? Nukiko kind of, you know, is too busy getting herself back together.
They've been observing us this entire time.
Tiana will nod and say, "That doesn't really surprise me."
Clever cats, what can I say? Okay. Oh.
Well, you are the oldest Philodox, I think. We will follow your judgment. This was mainly your idea. You have a challenge. You think it's best if we leave? We know now of this location. We can always come back another day when everybody is less upset. On the other hand, if they are not here tomorrow,
This
we
may
can wait for a very long time.
this might be our one opportunity. And as sick as it sounds, this is actually a display of good faith on our part.
I did tell you that the lions would not cause any problems.
Hmm.
As you're sort of talking, you actually see movements coming from, that certain spot.
Azim Hamid?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Jacob will shift down and will sheath his weapons. Anybody with weapons out, he will request to do the same. How's Stingray looking?
James will hide away his gun. Stingray is still in Krynos. His claws are out. He looks very tense, but not as angry anymore as he was. And Tiana will
Good
actually.
day.
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. No, Jacob, as he approaches,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob will walk up to him and give him a respectful bow, although it's undoubtedly, unless they follow the same form of etiquette, it would undoubtedly mark him as an outsider.
Yeah. How close are you approaching him?
Not much. We're maintaining a fair degree of distance. I'm still armed with silver. and we're just coming out of a combat situation, and they don't trust us, and we don't trust them.
Yeah.
So there is a healthy degree of distance, not getting to melee range.
Okay, good. Good. He'll just look at you for a moment. And then we'll say, "Did you come here to fight?"
No, we came here to talk, but one of us had other
His voice,
ideas. He is
yeah,
dealt with.
his voice is extremely deep. I am not going to do that because I cannot. And he will not. And actually, like a little bit behind him, Itoro will appear, and she'll walk up to him, whisper something in his ear, and they both look at Jacob again. And he nods and says, "I am Mwangi."
Okay. How do I spell that? MogNwi?
Mwangi.
MAW.
No,
Oh, A.
MW.
Pardon? Thank
There,
you.
side chat.
Sorry. I'm taking all the notes.
Cool with me. I know you do. As you actually are taking your notes, you said that you came here to talk. So Mangi is just gonna whisper something in Itoro's ear again, and Itoro's gonna run off. Mangi is just gonna stand there, crosses his arms, and seems to be waiting.
Um, in which case, Jacob will just say, I am Jacob Clay. I come from New York, USA. I'm new to this area.
He will look at you. Simply states, "I am not the one you talk with. You get a chance to talk because you saved our Itoro. But I am not the one you talk with."
Okay.
And it takes a little bit, like a couple of minutes, before Itoro comes back, accompanied by this guy. Because of course he had to show up at some point, right?
I mean, yes. If you're going to use all of these face names, I expect him.
I told you.
Is this Blacktooth? Am I talking to Blacktooth? I wouldn't mind Blacktooth. I mean, I would mind
Lol.
Blacktooth. He'd eat me alive.
Lol.
But
No.
he would murder
Oh,
fuck
no.
me.
Yeah. Funny guy. Oh gods, no. So this guy walks up and will put his hand on like his chest, like his heart, in a sort of greeting. He says, "I am Kakizo. I heard that you are here to talk, and you seem to be sort of genuine about it. I'm willing to listen."
Yes. The reasons I'm here are somewhat complicated. As I'm sure you can tell, I don't exactly fit in. But
I had no idea.
one of the major reasons, or one of the major reasons I've decided for myself to be here is for peace. Although the original reason I came here is that I was challenged by my king.
Challenged by your king.
Unfortunately, the goal, as I have learned more about it, and that which pertains to it, has begun to concern me. Like most people here, it concerns the heart. I'm not going to lie.
Hmm.
But
So what is the
first,
reason that you came here?
first, peace and understanding. Then that which concerns the heart, I suppose, can be discussed. But only arrived here a few days ago. I arrived here from, funnily enough, the place at which a great battle occurred about a week and a half ago. There was a moon bridge there, still intact but crumbling. I was, well, when we came off the moon bridge, me and these two, this is Ilya and this is James. I should give their full names. We came as part of a group. We began following trail to, well, the great battle site. At which point we followed the trail from there and met this pack of Garu who had captured Itoro.
Yes.
Some of them had been reduced to committing cruel acts upon her. But they were convinced to stop, and you can come here to talk.
You have an
Ultimately,
interesting way of talking.
hmm,
It kind of, gestures to the heap that once was Ulysses. Then again, you are Garu. It is to be expected.
Ulysses was the main perpetrator of the cruelties upon Itoro. He deliberately hid his intent from us. As I'm sure you saw, he tried to hold one of our own hostage to try and force us to kill Itoro. That didn't happen. That wouldn't happen. I was about to let it happen.
You seem to be very sure of your case. What if he had actually managed to kill yours? The little one.
I would have prioritized freeing you, Toro.
But would all of you?
No, probably not. Which is why I would have probably come to blows with Stingray about it. He actually points to he doesn't point because that's rude, but he gestures. Stingray and Mikiko here are family, which is what Ulysses was trying to manipulate Stingray with.
If you cannot even make peace with your own kind, how do you expect to make peace with us?
All of us here are at peace. It was that heap on the ground over there that tried to sabotage all of it in the name of petty vengeance. He would have us all die if it satisfied his revenge.
Is that customary amongst your people?
What did you say? Does that constant vary?
Is that customary?
No. But war can do things to people, and it changes people.
Mm.
I doubt that man was the person he once was.
Yes, I've heard your Garu have had a tendency to go insane.
I don't know. Maybe you possess it too, but all of us are possessed of a great rage. It is what enables us to shrug off the most lethal of wounds, and what gives us such speed. It can also invoke us to frenzy havoc. Some of us have it worse than others. Funnily enough, that person, and again your gesture to Ulysses' corpse, was not possessed of much of it. Ironically, he was the one who gave in to it most of all. It's largely considered a blessing from Gaia in regards to our people, but it can cause many of us to act rashly and vindictively. Something I have generally been battling with most of my time as a Garu. In other words, it's what makes us strong, but it's also what makes us so many enemies. But I'd rather not be your people's enemy. And frankly, most of us here don't actually really want to be here. We just have to be here for some reason or another. Largely circumstances beyond our control. I got challenged. Stingray was forced to be here because of politics. There's only two people who really chose to be here. He kind of looks at Ilya and James. He looks rather thankful.
James kind of shrugs. Ilya does not move at all, actually. Tiona is in the distance, calming Stingray, and Nukiko is just kind of sitting in a corner. Forest corners.
And although we're very different and we've done terrible things to each other, I do recognize when our dead are respected, and I thank you for that.
But how would you know what terrible things have happened here if you've only just arrived?
I've seen a good deal of the carnage, and I've also been told some stories, but I haven't been told the full story. That's also part of why I came here. I was told a Garu known as climbs the mountain.
Yes,
Had your trust once, and I was told by Itora he betrayed it.
he did. And this guy will actually sit down.
Jacob will sit down with him. Can I also get his name in the chat?
That was, yes, you can. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. No. Take it. Hey. Hello?
Hello? You're quite quiet over the mic. Hello? Oh? Hello, you still there? Hello? Okay, so no, Jacob, if there's a place to sit down, again, not in melee range of him, Jacob will do so. Hmm. Hello? Oh, I think I may be having tech issues. Okay, so it looks like because of tech issues, we are going to have to send the scene there. But I'd like to thank the ST for STing. Hello. Thanks, ST. And thank all the watchers for watching, as we'll end the scene here, as Kagiso will tell Jacob his story. And we'll move into the next part of the challenge.